going to get to the other side of this journey is you have got to suffer to grow. To grow, you must suffer.
Those I can't catch a break guys, get them the fuck away from me. I can't be around those guys. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to hear that shit. I don't buy it. Because everybody has bad breaks.
Yeah.
I got a shit ton of bad breaks. But you know what I did? I stayed up.
Yeah.
And I thought through it.
Stay in your comfort zone. That's where you will fail. You will fail in your comfort zone. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It is a very uncomfortable thing to attempt. So you got to get comfortable being uncomfortable if you ever want to be successful.
There's no purpose in your life. You know, people need to have purpose to get up. They need purpose to perform. You need to get to a point in your life where there's nothing on the docket. There's no 5K. There's no I'm going to get into school to be this or that, and still perform.
You're going to lose sleep. You'll doubt whether it'll work. You'll stress to make ends meet. You won't finish your to-do list. You'll wonder whether you made the right call and have no way to know for years. This is what hard feels like, and that's okay. Everything worth doing is hard, and the more worth doing it is, the harder it is. The greater the payoff, the greater the hardship. If it's hard, good. It means no one else will do it.
You want to be ordinary? You ain't even got to listen to me. Just go on about your business. If you think ordinary's cool, ain't no problem. It's some really, really wonderful ordinary people. But if you are sitting in this room and you have extraordinary aspirations, then you're going to have to do extra.
Fucked up everything I've ever done 100 times. There's no other way to do it. And I've had a bunch of shitty breaks. Everybody has. But you gotta realize when you have those shitty breaks what that is. You gotta be like, bro, you gotta fucking stop. You gotta stop with all this I can't catch a break bullshit. All the time you're complaining, you could be instead hustling. You could be instead chasing your dream. You could be instead figuring out what you're doing wrong, trying to improve certain aspects of your life, getting your shit together, reading a book, meditating, something. Fucking something.
Fuck your tired body, fuck that unmotivated mind, and get out there and do it anyway. You gotta figure out how to win when things aren't going your way. You gotta figure out when your body's fighting you, when your mind's fighting you. How do you still, just say, fuck it, I'm gonna beat my mind today.
Do you want to do this or not? Do you actually want to do this or not? Because if you actually want to do it, what's gonna stop you? Nothing. And if you don't really want to do it, what's going to stop you? Just about anything that comes up. Just about any obstacle that gets in your way becomes an excuse. It becomes a reason. It becomes a rationale for not proceeding down that path.
That's what it takes. To do anything successfully in life, you've got to want it as bad as you want to breathe. If you want it that bad.
What's up, Rico Cap family traders? So I'm going to go over Friday, kind of, our trades, what kind of happened, my thoughts on the market. And it was kind of a big day as far as, Powell talking, Jackson Hole event, pretty much just giving us a game plan or kind of laying out the foundation of, rate cuts coming and outlooks and things like that. So it was a tricky day for sure, but all the news and stuff aside, if you just paid attention to price action like we did, you would have made some money like we did. So it was a pretty good day going out, pretty tricky, and I'm gonna kind of go over that. But we ended up taking QQ puts and we ended up taking SPY puts and then NVDA calls for a smaller gain. And this is kind of what happened. So going out pre-market, right? So we sold off the day prior. We held a pretty crucial line and we're kind of back pre-market. We gapped up into this demand right here. So that's one thing I need you guys, traders, if you're watching this, I need you guys to get better at understanding sometimes when things reverse, why they reversed, right? Kind of like today. So it came out pretty strong and a lot of people were bullish going in, but I wasn't. I was absolutely not bullish, and sure, calls could have worked. Some lotto calls could have worked, and it did trigger my upside, kind of, how I would play it now, but I didn't. And this is kind of the reason why. So Q did open up above our demand, and we dipped into our demand. We ended up holding this as Powell was talking. Now, There are definitely signs as the larger time frame candles kind of opened up above the demand and held it. You could have also taken calls. I kind of just drew this flag kind of coming down right here. As we broke higher, you could have taken the break, kind of hoping we would come to this supply and keep going higher. But we had this blue line, 41 level, and then we had a supply. To me, it didn't seem like there was much room unless we just got complete rallying, right? Like Powell just said something that just would made us rally. Now, the blue line, the supply, and then the gap below was kind of all in my mind where that's high conviction for the downside. So I'm just gonna highlight this gap fill down here like I always do. So this pretty decent gap fill down here, with Powell talking, I don't know. I just feel like the market was going to be very uncertain, so I wasn't ready to play upside just yet. Now, people did play upside. We did on NVDA, but you could have played upside on SPY and Q, and it would have been fine, right? You would have still made money, but you had to have sold knowing sellers were up here. So this is what we did. We saw, we did come out here on QQQ. Now, we shorted QQQ right at open, knowing we took lottos too, knowing I knew this was going to fill at some point today. So we took the 476, which one? 473 put, knowing that those, if we got it for a decent price, if once we fill this gap, those should be worth decently amount. You know, we'd be able to sell them for a decent amount. As long as it's before lunch. So we slammed some right here, and we're up. We got a first trim, and then it started going against us. From there, we kind of waited. We could have added more, but I didn't want to add more. There are lottos. We went just kind of normal size, but I knew this trade was going to work, so I told the members, hold on tight. As this was happening, SPY, as you can see, held up. SPY went to supply up there. We ended up slamming those SPY puts right up here. As this third, what is this? 1, 2, 3, like the fifth red candle right here. We got above supply and we dipped out, but the next one opened up here and we dipped. That's where I knew, I was convinced. Q got to supply and SPY was already showing signs of sellers hitting the tape aggressively. I ended up slamming those SPY puts right up here, and immediately we dumped out and those worked. We got them for like $100. They ended up going to 160 plus, like fast, as you can see in this small amount of time. The gap was down here for SPY, so I knew it would probably come down here in reverse. We were all out on that, and then as that was playing out, our QQQs ended up dipping way back down and filling the complete gap as it ended up reversing, then filling it more, then reversing out. Just kind of classic day action right here. But as this dipped, I'm telling members, trim the rest of the contracts and be all out down here, and I don't care. So that was exactly what happened, and we absolutely banked on those QQQ puts. We did do NVIDIA calls, and I'll show you NVIDIA real quick. NVIDIA just kind of came out of this zone right here and just kind of kept going higher. It got above our 128 level. I kind of was late to the party here. We were all done with everything else, so I was like just trying to find something a little bit quicker. We ended up opening up above our 128 level. We ended up dipping, ended up slamming those calls, and those lottos, man, were moving from $50 to $100. It seemed like it did it like 7 times. So we bought the dip there, and then it ended up coming up, and I was telling the team, trim on the way up, sell up here. Just don't hold on to these quick because the premiums are moving crazy. So make your money be done. And that's exactly what we did. As you can see, you know, the market kind of just went sideways for the rest of the day. SPY ended up coming back to supply up there, but absolutely killed it for us, and it was a pretty decent Friday. Fridays have been, you know, the price actions have been, I don't know, kind of like this, right? Sideways. It's like hit or miss lately from Fridays. It's either really good or just call it a day, you know, don't lose your whole week on a Friday, right? So we had fun. Size down on Lotto Fridays. That's what I call it. I had a watch list that I gave out as well. And it absolutely worked if you listened to it. So gave it out for the members. I may have given it out for free on the main Rico Capital. Right here. Main Twitter. So tap in on the main Twitter. Follow me. I do give out Lotto watch lists. I do free trades as well if you want to. Just keep an eye on that. I go to my highlights page. You can see under there where I'm showing all the free plays that I take, swings. We're actually banking. So, I mean, give it a try. Go follow me. And I just want to give you all the kind of the recap on kind of how our Friday went. It was pretty fun. So, pretty decent day for us. Sign up if you want to join the team. Watch all my other videos, recaps, everything. I have a whole playlist full. Show some support, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next video.